Okay, we'll start with another BVLSI online lecture series. Today's topic is transistor level implementation of 4-bit CLA adder using Domino CMOS logic. We will also have a look at MODL logic for carry circuit. Model is multiple output domino logic. So let us begin with the topic. So before proceeding further, we'll see the CLA carry equation. Ci plus 1 is equal to Ai Bi plus Ci times Ai XOR Bi, where we have already studied that the generate term can be written as Gi equal to Ai Bi, and the propagate term can be written as Pi equal to Ai XOR Bi. So the modified equation for the carry out bit will become Ci plus 1 is equal to Gi plus Pi into Ci, and sum bit will become as Si is equal to Pi XOR Ci. So with this equations in mind, we will start with a topic. Okay, so we will implement 4-bit CLA adder using multiple output domino logic. So basically, for the generate and the propagate terms will be implemented in the domino logic. Also, the sum term will be also implemented in the domino logic. Only for the carry circuit, we will use this multiple output domino logic. So without waiting further, we'll directly start with the topic. Okay, so the generate term will be the general expression we have seen now. Gi is equal to Ai dot Bi. So we have 4-bit. So we have 4 generate terms, that is G0 to G3. So G0 is equal to A0 B0. G1 is equal to A1 B1. G2 is equal to A2 B2. G3 is equal to A3 B3. So we have to implement this generate terms using domino logic. So let us start with G0 term. So let us concentrate on this diagram over here. Let me just close this. Okay, so that we can clearly have the circuit over here. Yeah. So G0 is basically G0 is given by A0 B0, and for a domino logic we have a pull-up network over here. We don't have a pull-up network actually. We have a pull-up transistor, that is your PMOS, and below the pull-down network we have NMOS transistor, whose both the gate terminals are tied to the clock. So this is like a dynamic logic, and if you connect a CMOS inverter at the output, you will get a domino logic. So this is implementation. G0 is equal to A0 B0. So the pull down network will consist of two NMOS transistors in series with inputs A0 and B0. And this, you can see the combination over here. This is called as keeper MOS, or also called as charge keeper. Basically what happens is, this domino logic works in two phases, that is the pre-charge phase and evaluation phase. So during the evaluation phase, the output voltage can fall down due to charge sharing or charge leakage problems. So this keeper MOS will keep the uh, output voltage at a steady level. So this is a dynamic node. So this keeper MOS will not allow this dynamic node to leak down the voltages. That is, the charge sharing and the charge leakage problem is almost solved by using this charge keeper. And obviously in a domino logic, it produces non-inverting output. So for every domino logic, we have to connect a CMOS inverter at the output to get G0. So along with this keeper MOS and this domino logic, we can implement similar kind of circuits for G1, G2, G3 terms, generate terms. So now let us look into the design for G1 similar to G0. So for G1 we have input as A1 and B1, and again you have a keeper MOS, and the CMOS inverter at the output. For G2, the inputs are A2 and B2, and for G3 block, the inputs are A3 and B3. So the total transistor count in one block, let's consider G2 block. So we require 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 transistors plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So total 9 transistors are required to implement one generate block, and we have 4 such blocks. So we require 9 into 4, that is 36 transistors to implement the generate terms using Domino CMOS logic. Now let us move ahead and implement the propagate terms. Propagate terms, you can implement it, there is alternate form. You can also implement it in the form of PI also can be written as AI XOR BI, or it can also be written as PI is equal to AI plus BI. So the propagate term is also implemented using domino logic. So P0 will be A0 plus B0, P1 will be A1 plus B1, P2 will be A2 plus B2, P3 will be A3 plus B3. Now let us check the implementation for P0. So for P0, you have in the pull down network two NMOS transistors in parallel with the inputs A0 and P0, and the remaining circuit is the domino logic CMOS circuit along with the keeper MOS. So this is the implementation for P0. Similar prototyping you can do for P1, P2, and P3. And for P1 block, we have inputs as A1 and B1. For P2, propagate term 2, we have input as A2 and B2. And for P3 block, we have input as A3 and B3. So this completes the design for the propagate terms using domino CMOS logic. So these propagate terms, let's check the total transistor count. So let's consider the P2 block. So total transistor requirement will be 5 plus 2 plus 2. So total transistor requirement is 9 over here again. So the total transistor count will be 4 into 9 because we have 4 such propagate blocks. So 9 into 4, that will be 36 transistors. Now next is our carry circuit. So we will implement this using MODL logic. So model is nothing but multiple output domino logic. So let us first check the equations. For the carry, we have general equation as Ci plus 1 is Gi plus Pi into Ci. So C1 will be can be written as C1 is equal to G0 plus P0 C0. C2 is G1 plus P1 into C1. So C1 is nothing but this expression only. And C3 can be written as G2 plus P2 C2. So C2 you can write it from the earlier expression. And C4 can be written as G3 plus P3 times C3. And C3 you can write it from the earlier expression. Now let us look at the design of carry circuit using multiple output domino logic. Okay, we will begin with the model logic. So multiple output domino logic. So first we will implement the C1 term. So C1 is nothing but C0 P0. Let me just wait. Okay, we are ready. So for C1, so first we are implementing P0 C0, and C1 is given by G0 plus C0 P0. So that you can see it clearly over here. So we have P0 and C0, the two NMOS transistors with the input which are in series, and that is in parallel with the transistor G0. So this is my pull down network, and about the pull down network, I have my pre-charge transistor, that is PMOS, and below my pull down network, I have a evaluation transistor, that is MN, and both the gate terminals are tied to the clock. And we have applied the VDD to the PMOS transistor, and at the output we have a CMOS inverter, and that will produce C1. So this way we have produced the 1 bit carry, that is C1. So next we will proceed with C2. So next step is to implement C2. So C2 is given by, as you can see over here, C2 is given by, let me just turn on the pointer. Yeah. So C2 is given by G1 plus P1 into G0 plus P0 C0. So basically this we have already implemented, that is G0 plus P0 C0. So that will be in series with the transistor P1, and you take another pre-charge PMOS transistor to take another node over here. So that is connected to P1. So this way we can take another output, that is the multiple output from the same domino logic, and this node is also connected to this entire parallel combination. This entire combination of P0, C0, G0 along with in series with the transistor with the input P1 is connected in parallel with G1. So this G1 is connected to another end, and you connect a CMOS inverter to get C2. So that's how you implement C2. We take another pre-charge PMOS transistor having a common clock signal. Next, we will see the implementation of C3. Okay, so next we'll see the implementation of C3. So basically this term over here is actually C3, so kindly make a note of it. Let me just write it over here. Just wait a sec. So this term over here is C3. So this is C3 basically. So for C3 equation is given by G2 plus P2 times the equation of C2. So this we have already implemented it over here, C2. So just we have to take this entire thing in series with the transistor with the input P2, and P2, above P2 we have another precharge transistor connected, so that we can take another output, that is the multiple output from the domino logic. So this entire combination over here, let me just, yeah, so this entire combination over here is connected in parallel with G2 over here, and from G2 you take the output via CMOS inverter to C3. So next we'll see the implementation, final implementation for C4. Okay, so this is the complete design for 4-bit model carry circuit. So we have completed up till C3, and so we connect another pre-charge PMOS transistor to P3, and up till here we have C3. So C4 will be G3 plus P3 times C3. So it will be like this entire network will be in series with the transistor with the input P3, and then this entire network will be in parallel with the transistor with the input G3, and from here you take the output, another output, we tap the output after connecting a CMOS inverter to get C4, that is the carry bit 4. So that's how you complete the design for a 4-bit model carry circuit. I'll give you around 5 seconds to have a look at the circuit. So these upper 4 PMOS transistors are all called as pre-charge PMOS transistors, and we have a single evaluation transistor in the name of MN. Okay, so now let's count the total number of transistors over here. So you require 4 pre-charge transistors, 1 evaluation transistor, so 5, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have 14 transistors plus 8 transistors for the CMOS inverter. So 14 plus 8, we require a total of 22 transistors. Sorry, we require a total of 22 transistors to implement 4-bit model, that is multiple output domino logic carry circuit. I hope this is clear now, and we shall move on to the next topic. Okay, so now let us describe this 4-bit model carry circuit. So basically this multiple output domino logic circuit is a non-inverting logic. It is a 4-bit carry circuit. The logic carry will provide the separate outputs for each carry bit from C1 to C4, that is C1, C2, C3, C4. A pre-charged CMOS transistor has been added for every internal node. So here, this is the first node, this is the second node, third node, and the fourth node. So for every internal node, we have one unique pre-charged PMOS transistor. So when the clock is 0, the circuit is pre-charged, and all the outputs, that is C1 to C4, are driven to logic 0, because before the here we have C1 bar, C2 bar, C3 bar, and C4 bar. So they will be driven full towards VDD. So hence C1, C2, C3, C4 will be driven to logic 0. This entire network will accept the inputs only during the evaluation phase. That is when the clock is equal to 1, then this MNS transistor is on. So only during that phase, that time all the PMOS, pre-charged PMOS transistors will be off. So only during that phase the circuit will be accepting the inputs. So let's consider if C1 is 1, only when we have either Z0 is equal to 1 or P0 C0 equal to 1. And the next is, if P0 C0 is equal to 1, then the value of P1 equal to 1 will drive the C2 to 1. So alternatively, the carry out may be generated with G1 equal to 1. So these are the possible options which can make the carry bit 1 at the output, that is C1, C2, C3, C4. So same interdependence continues upwards in the logic network to produce C3 and C4 outputs. So that's it for the explanation. So next we will move on to the advantage of the model logic. So the advantage is the ability to use a single network, model network, to produce the 4 carry out bits is a big advantage. And by doing so, we have the least number of transistor count to implement 4-bit carry circuit. The limitation of model logic is the clock is mandatory, so the output has a problem of charge sharing and charge leakage. Here the output is only available during the evaluation phase, so this is another limitation. And the series connected NMOS over here will have a long discharge time. So these are the possible drawbacks of model, that is multiple output domino logic circuit. So next we will move on to the sum circuit. Let me just clear this out. So next we will discuss the sum circuit using domino logic. So the general expression of sum is given by SI is equal to PI XOR CI. So the 4 bits of sum will be S0 will be equal to P0 XOR C0, which is nothing but P0 C0 bar plus P0 bar into C0. S1 will be P1 C1 bar plus P1 bar C1. S2 will be P2 C2 bar plus P2 bar C2, and S3 will be P3 C3 bar plus P3 bar into C3. So now let us look at the implementation for S0. So as you can see, this S0 will be nothing but P0 XOR C0. So in the pull down network, we have two NMOS transistors in series with the input P0 C0 bar, and this is in parallel with another two NMOS transistors in series with the input P0 bar C0. And the remaining circuit is like the domino logic circuit, which we have already earlier explained to you all. So you have a pull up transistor over here, PMOS, and you have a pull down transistor over here, which is NMOS transistor, and both the gate terminals are tied to the clock circuit. Here we have a keeper MOS at the output, so that any leakages in the dynamic output node are taken care of. Also, the charge sharing problem is also taken care of this keeper MOS circuit. And the output is a non-inverting logic, so we have to connect a CMOS inverter at the output to get S0. Similar approach is followed for S1. So you can see the S1 design over here using Domino CMOS logic. And similarly for S2 and S3, the design goes in the similar fashion. So let's count the total number of transistors for a domino sum circuit. So it is also called as a domino sum circuit. So for S3, let us check S3. We require 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 plus 4, we require total 11 transistor to implement one block of domino sum circuit. So we have 4 such blocks. So the transistor requirement will be 11 into 4, that is 44 transistors are required to implement this sum circuit. Now this way we have completed the entire design of 4-bit. Let me go back here. Yeah. So we have completed the design on paper for transistor level implementation of 4-bit CLA adder using Domino CMOS logic and the MODL logic for carry circuit. So first we have started with the generate terms. So we have seen the design for G0, G1, G2, G3. Then we have seen the propagate terms P0, P1, P2, P3. Then we have seen the model carry circuit generating the carry bit from C1 to C4. And then we have seen the working in short, the advantages, the limitations. And just now we have gone through the sum circuit, that is a domino sum circuit, which is producing the circuits for S0, S1, S2, S3. So that completes the design for 4-bit CLA. The students are encouraged to implement this design in LT-SPICE and verify the results. That is the addition of two 4-bit binary numbers. Now, at the end, we will discuss some advantages in general for the domino logic. So, in a domino logic, the pull-up network is completely eliminated. So, the PMOS transistors are eliminated, which will lead to a little higher speed during switching time. The dynamic logic takes a smaller area as compared to equivalent CMOS static logic, and the transistor requirement is also slightly less. The drawbacks are same as the drawback for any dynamic circuit, that is the charge sharing, charge leakage. It has a slight static power dissipation, and the logic locking substantially increase the power consumption, especially the dynamic power consumption. And the dynamic nodes at the output are floating, so at the evaluation time it is making them vulnerable to the noise, leakages, and the failure mechanism. So these are some drawbacks and positive points about the domino CMOS logic. So this completes this lecture. Let us go to the reference. So the reference for this topic is taken from book Introduction to VLSI Circuits and Systems by John P. Waimura. So that's it for today's lecture. We'll see some other design in the next online lecture. Till then, have a good day. Thank you.